Hello friends, today in this video I want to talk on the second nature of humankind, the second nature of a humankind. In the last video I tried to reveal the original nature of man, where I talked about man was made in the likeness and image of God. And of course, he was also having a very strong and intimate relationship with God. And more so, we also discovered that he was made upright without any sin in him. But I want to also bring about the introduction of the second nature of a human being. Human or physical nature is the name given to the second nature of man. Some people call it flesh, old man, carnality, animality, and the rest of them. Actually, what brought about all this nature is the disobedience of man to God's command that brought about it, and is generally called sin. In Genesis chapter 3 verse 6 and 7, the Bible says, when the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eyes, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized that they were naked. So they sewed fig leaf together and made covering for themselves. That is Genesis chapter 3 verse 6 and 7. Now let me ask this question. What is sin? What do you understand with the word sin? Many people define sin as disobedience to God's law. But I think I want to agree with what Billy Graham added in his definition. He said sin is the second most powerful force in the universe. For it is that sin that sent Jesus to cross. Only one force is greater than this force of sin, and that force is the love of God. The originator of sin is Satan himself. And of course, in fact, Satan himself is the sin. You cannot remove sin from Satan or Satan from sin. And to confirm the power of sin that I just mentioned above, let's see what Apostle Paul have to say about it in Romans chapter 7 verse 14 to 20. He said, we know that the law is spiritual, but I am unspiritual, sold as a slave to sin. I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do. But what I hate, I do. And if I do what I do not want to do, I agree that the law is good. As it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is sin living in me. For I know that good itself does not dwell in me, that is, in my sinful nature, for I have desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep doing. Verse 20, very important. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is sin living in me that does it. So when sin, that is Satan himself, took over man, the first nature of man became corrupted. The likeness and the image of God in man changed to the likeness and image of Satan. The intimacy between man and God changed to enmity. The uprightness of man became immorality. Take note, all these changes did not affect the physical outlook of man. His skin still remained the same. his body structure, his modulation, all remained the same. But something happened inwardly. There was a great change. Another powerful force have taken over. What sin has done in human nature, when it happened, sin deprives man of spiritual strength and comfort. Sin weakens his soul and deprives him of his strength. Sin becomes the delight of man's heart. He comes to love it. He comes to rejoice in it. Sin becomes the meditation of man's mind. Sin hinders man's spiritual walk with God. In fact, sin darkens the soul of man. That is the state of man in the second nature, corrupting the first nature. But friends, is this the end of the whole matter? Not at all. In the next video, we're going to reveal the next step that followed in order to return man to his original state. Glory be to God that God himself did not allow man to remain in this particular nature or this particular state. As you come along with me, next time we'll look at what follows after. Thank you, and may God bless you all.